What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Stationeers. Last episode, we set up all the hardware for this area. This episode, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and get this place set up so that way we can start running Harvie and try to get ourselves some plants and some food. Now, this took me quite some time to figure out, but now that I got it figured out, we can go ahead and continue on and hopefully finish off this room and finish off this floor entirely. But yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. Let's go ahead and get it started. Alright, so of course, with every episode, first thing we do is we talk about issues that we're having. So right now, after I connected all the pipes, this is all the water that we have left, about 1 megapascal. I have the rocket getting more ice, but it is going to be frozen ice, which means we have to melt it in order for the hydroponics to be happy. So the plants, I do believe, require the heat of the water to be 5 degrees Celsius. Right now I have the water heater. Come on, let me through. I have the liquid pipe heater set to, I forget what it was. I think it's 293.15. So it keeps going on because the water is chilling. I don't know why it's chilling so much. Who knows? The pump is on, so there might be water going in there, and it's just a little bit cold. But yeah, it should be at room temperature right now, but as soon as the rocket comes back, the ice is going to deliver is going to be frozen, so that water is going to get cold again. Which means later on when we start planting, I might have to add some liquid pipe heaters somewhere. Question is, where the hell do I do that? Alright, so another thing I got set up, as you can tell. Damn, our pressure is 102. I gotta fix that. I have the base is now pressurized. I went ahead and made a vacuum last episode, and I got everything pressurized, and we're ready to go ahead and get started. So this row of logic is the heating for this room, which we have set the same as we do every other room. We have the cooling, which is set like every other room. Oh, the rocket's back. You know, I was kind of hoping that once I put up walls and everything, it wouldn't be so loud. It would add a little bit of sound dampening. It doesn't. It's unfortunate. Alright, this one right here is set for the scrubber. Now this one's going to be a little bit of trial and error. But one thing I want to do is I'm going to turn this up to max. And then we'll turn it up as we go. But I need to set that volume pump to the right amount. I need that volume pump to turn on, but I need to figure out when I want that to turn on. So I did have it set to, where is it? I need my screwdriver. Come here, screwdriver. I have it set to 102. I have it set to pressure. Yeah. I think I need to change that. What I'm trying to do is from, I think it's that air vent, we have oxygen and nitrogen mixed to make the air, the atmosphere inside of the base. Why that keeps kicking on when we have 102 kilopascals in here already, I don't know. Maybe the heat? Oh yeah, because we're heating up the base, so the base is losing pressure. Because when the... Well, no, when they heat up, they should be... Yeah, when gases heat up, they actually create more pressure. So I don't know. Right now, the base is at 7 degrees Celsius. We gotta wait until it gets up around 20 before we can plant any seeds. So I don't know why that keeps kicking on. It should only be 100 kilopascals. But anyways, so we're going to actually change that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the memory to 100 and, or actually just 100. We'll set that to 100 kilopascals. So that volume pump will bring gases into the what's this called again? I forget what it's called. The filtration system. It'll bring the gases into the filtration system to get sorted out. It's going to take out O2. Now, since we have oxygen and nitrogen inside of this room, I also need to fill it with CO2 for the plants. So what I want to do is I want to set the CO2 for a certain amount, which I checked the Wikipedia to figure out what the right amount was. I'm going to set it to 8%. So there's going to be 8% CO2 inside of the base. There's going to be as much nitrogen as in here right now. Let's actually go ahead and grab our PDA. Right now the nitrogen is at 268, 269 moles. It keeps going up and down though. I wonder why that is. Yeah, see, it keeps going up and down. I don't know what that is. Anyways, I want to try to keep that at 268 moles. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of the extra oxygen from the plants. That's why I set up the volume pump, because atmospheric, that's what I was looking for. The filtration system actually sucks in air or gases a little too fast. So the volume pump just kind of brings that down a little bit. So yeah, the next thing I need to do while we're waiting for this room to heat up is I need to reset you, I think. Okay, so we have, let me grab my screwdriver. So the way we have this set up is it reads the gas sensor, which is on the wall over there, and it reads the pressure. And whenever the pressure is above, so higher than or greater than, yep. Alright, so that's set correctly. So whenever the pressure inside of this room is above 100 kilopascals, it will tell the volume pump to turn on. So logic compare scrubber out to the volume pump, and it will tell it to turn on. So let's go ahead and do that. But the thing is I don't want that volume pump on all the time, or it will suck out all the oxygen from this room, which is what I'm trying to prevent. I think, you know what? No. Let's do it this way. Let's go ahead and shut that down. What I think I'm going to do is, if I set it to the pressure inside of this room, it's just going to stay on and suck out all the oxygen, and this room will be filled with nitrogen and CO2. So what I need to do, I think, is change our variable to the ratio oxygen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to 22%. Because that's our regular gas mixture. It's 78 nitrogen, 22% oxygen. Alright, so whenever it would still be greater than, so that compare unit would stay the same. So whenever the oxygen content is above 22%, it will turn that volume pump on. So it should stay off, because right now our oxygen content is only at 21. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and start filling this room with a little bit... Ah, shit, I forgot to print out some logic. We need to fill this room with CO2 from, I think it's that vent right there. But like I said, I forgot to print out... God damn it, let me out. I need to get the floor down so that way I can transition through those doors. Oh hey, we do have some logic. Cool. I thought I still had some. But the thing is we're starting to get a little full in this room, but I think we'll be okay. Alright, so I'm going to need a logic reader. We're going to just set up a regular compare. Logic writer, because we're only writing to one item. Then I need our memory. And like I said, I'm going to set that for 8%. And then our logic compare, which we might not have room for. Alright, where's my... Oh, I could get it in here. I can get everything connected. We're good. Alright, so let me go ahead and get those all connected and then get everything named, and we'll try to see if we can't set the CO2 for this room. I'm gonna have to make some more cables here pretty soon. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to read the information from that sensor. So, what is that one called? Gas sensor hydro. Let's go the other way. I think it's faster. So, gas... Did I just pass it? Gas sensor hydro. There we go. And what we want to do is read the ratio of CO2. Did I pass it? Nope, there it is. Alright, we'll turn that on. So what I want to do is I want this room filled with 8% CO2. Probably not exactly the right amount, but that's what I'm going to set it at for now. We'll see how things work out. Just a lot of trial and error to see what works best. Oh, and there goes the rocket. So now we should have... Let's go check the nitrogen real quick, because our nitrogen was completely empty. The base is pressurized, but the pipes were not. And it looks like we're holding steady. So, okay, so now we got some more nitrogen. Man, we are wasting a shit ton of gas. I need to figure out a solution for that. Alright, now that we... Come on, let me through. Yeah, the game is starting to get a little framey, which makes it difficult to get through tight doors like that. Alright, so we have it set to 8%. So now what we need to do is come to the logic compare. I need to read the information from the logic reader CO2. Logic reader CO2, and we need to set it... that active vent will turn on whenever the ratio of CO2 is less than 8%. So then memory. Yeah, logic, memory, CO2. There we go. But before I turn this on, I want to go ahead and get the airlock ready to go. Alright, so the writer, we're going to read the information from the logic compare. So logic compare, oh, there it was. That's going to go out to the, what did I call it? Active vent hydro CO2. Oh, let's go the other way. Active vent hydro CO2. And that's going to tell it to turn on. No? On. There we go. So I'm going to leave that off for right now. And then once we get the airlock pressurized or set up, we can go ahead and turn that back on. Alright, let me double check. Make sure... Alright, I think I have everything for the airlock named. Airlock, vent exterior, interior. Yep, so this is everything I have named airlock 2. So let's go ahead and get that programmed. Let me also go ahead and turn off the light. That's kind of blinding my ass. Alright, so let's do a search for airlock 2. Alright, so now what we got to do is make sure first we set up all the external stuff. So we have the external EXT door. I need the external active vent. Go. Then we have our gas sensor. And there's the door, but where's the active vent? Hold on. Do I not have that connected? I don't think I have that connected. Hold on. Okay, I closed everything off. Oh, I do not have it connected. Alright, well, let's connect that real quick. Well, that's one thing I missed. When you try to do everything a little bit quick, you kind of forget things sometimes. Alright, there, now it's connected. Let's go ahead and put the panels back up. There you go. And you. Alright, now that we got that, we can go ahead and go back in and set the vent. And that should be everything for this airlock. Alright, so what we need to do is we have our storage tank, which is on the other side of this wall. We need to go ahead and try to fill that. Or get at least enough in there, enough air in there so we can pressurize this airlock properly. So that vent should be on. It's putting the air back in that room. Now this one should turn on, but there's no pressure inside of the tank. So yeah, we're not going to get anything. So we'll just... Yep, knew that was going to happen. Alright, so we're going to lose a little bit of pressure in the base. We'll wait for that to repressurize. In the meantime, here in a minute, we need to go ahead and start setting up the script for... What's it called? Harvie. I was going to do it with the computer, but I found an easier way to do that. I was having an issue trying to get the script to run more than 3 Harvies at a time. It was a pain in the ass. But then I found a solution. There is a laptop. There it is. In the game. The cool thing about this thing is you can program every single Icy chip individually, which is really fucking cool. I haven't used this. Okay, can I pick you up? There we go. I haven't used this yet, so this should be interesting. But a couple things we're going to need is a program IE chips. Those are the chips that we have to program. We're going to need a motherboard and a battery. The motherboard we have in the computer inside of the room. Are we pressurized in here? Yes, we are. And let's go ahead. Cycle this. Alright, so now that one should turn on, which is putting the air into the tank. Depressurizing this room. That one will turn on. Pressurizing the room. There it goes. Alright, so this airlock is working properly. Cool. Now, because we're using a passive vent, it does take a little bit longer, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but hey, that's how the game works. Alright, now that we have that. Alright, we need the motherboard. IC editor motherboard. Put that in there. Alright, now that we got the airlock done, this room is pressurized. We'll set up the laptop here in a little bit. We could go ahead and turn this on. So right now the pressure is 100 kilopascals, so we're good. But as we try to fill this room with CO2, one of the things that I did learn, once the pressure inside of the room gets to a certain pressure, the air vents will not be able to push anything out because of the forward pressure. Yeah, that would be forward pressure. The pressure from the inside of this room is actually pushing the gases back into the pipe. So yeah, we have to keep the pressure inside of this room below a certain amount, or the vents won't be able to push out gases. As you can see, the vents are starting to slow down because we're getting up to 101 kilopascals. Alright, let me check. Jesus, we're not even up to 1% CO2. Alright. That should be turning... That should be on. You know what? I might have to turn this off and just let that run. Yeah, let's go ahead and shut this one off. We'll let the pump run. Lower the pressure so that way we can get CO2 inside this this room. Let's see, what do we got? Alright, so it is going to drop right now. It's just pulling out the O2. And the CO2 is not rising because we have too much pressure. I probably should turn off. Yeah, the heater's going to keep going on because the gases from the CO2 is actually really cold right now because we have it going through the filtration system, which is also connected to radiators, which are cooling them down. So the gases are a -degree right now. So the heater is going to keep kicking on as we're adding more CO2. Alright, so now we have 2 moles of CO2, so it's 1%. This is probably going to take a while. But here's the thing. Right now we're sucking out all the oxygen inside of this room. Which means we're not going to have any oxygen and we're just going to have nitrogen. So what I probably should do is grab a nitrogen filter and put it in there so that way we have... so that way we still have the same mixture of O2 and nitrogen. Because yeah, right now we're replacing the oxygen with CO2. We should be replacing the nitrogen and the oxygen. So let me go ahead and get this base to the right, or this room to the right amount of CO2. This probably will take a while. Alright, let's see what we got. So our temperature is... correct, it keeps going off and on. The reason is the gases that are coming inside of the base are cold. So what I think I need to do is I need to change the gases. I need to change their temperatures to room temperature. So that way we don't have that issue. Went ahead, printed out some icy housings and the icy chips. Our CO2 content is at 9%. Shit. Okay, it's a little bit high, but that's okay. O2 is holding at 19%, nitrogen is at 72%. So we are perfect. We're ready to start planting. One issue that we are going to have, we did get another load of water from the rocket. So the water that's inside of these pipes are probably going to be really cold. So I went ahead and made some pipe heaters. Where's my PDA? Let's see. It's 3 degrees. I think we have to get that up to 5 degrees Celsius for the plants to like it. So I have to figure out where the hell I'm going to put some pipe heaters. No idea. Probably put the pipes in the wrong spot. I guess for right now, I could just go ahead and put them... that's all connected. Yeah, I can put them right here. So let me rotate you. Yeah, we'll have the power going out this way. Actually, have this. Let's turn you that way. Still think I might need to add some more grow lights, but we'll see. Alright, so now we got the 3 heaters. Probably need to set that up on a logic system at some point, but I'll do that on my own. I've already shown a video on how to do that, so I don't want to do it again. Alright, connect you and you. And we'll just let those run to heat up the water for a little bit. Try to get the water up to room temperature. You should have power. Why do you guys not have power? Oh, because they're on the other... Gosh. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Just never mind. Don't... No attention to me. Pay no attention. Alright, there we go. I forgot I put them on the other side. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we'll just connect those up. Alright, so now those should... Yeah, that's going to be a bad spot because anytime I try to walk over them... Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if I can't put them somewhere else. I'll try to figure something out. Alright, we'll let those run, warm up the water a little bit. Now what we need to do is we need to set up the Icy Chips to run the Harvies. So the script that I have runs 3 Harvies on each chip. So since I have 10 of them, I need 4 chips. And I have a spot right here. Alright, so let's rotate you OCD style. Let's put you right there. So 1, 2, 3. Let's turn on the light so we can see. And I'll put the fourth one right here. Yeah, now I need to get those all connected to power. Alright, so let's run you... Oh, come on, scroll wheel. Yeah, it's time to get a new mouse. I know I've already said that, but when I whine about it about 1,000 times, I'll finally decide to go ahead and get one. Alright, you... Oh, I had you. Come on. There we go. Alright, now this one. Then what I need to do is I need to set up those IC housings. Each one of these IC housings for every individual Harvie. So I'll go through that here in a second. Are you already connected? You're already connected. So are you. Cool. So they have power. Yes, they do. Alright, I forgot I ran that cable all the way across. It's awesome. Alright, so here's what I need to do. This is going to take me a while, so I'll show you what I'm doing, and then I'll finish off the rest on my own. What I have to do is I have to set these up for every single Harvie. So I do have the Harvies named, and I do have the hydroponics devices named. So these two are Harvie 0, hydroponics device 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we start with 0 up to 9, and that's 10. So what I need to do is I need to come up to these 3 rows, these 3 screws, sorry, and those are going to be the hydroponics devices on all 4 of the housings. So this one's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so let's do it. Hydroponic device 0. God damn, I have a lot of shit in this room already. Hydroponics device 0. Hydroponics device 1. And so on and so forth. Then what I do after I get all those named, I have to come to this side, which is 3, 4, and 5, and I have to name those Harvie. So Harvie 0. There we go. Harvie 0. Then Harvie 1. And so on and so forth. So yeah, this is probably going to take me a minute, so let me go ahead and do this on my own, and we'll try to get this set up. Alright, so before I got rid of my hydroponic stations, I made sure I had a full stack of every single plant. It looks like stacks are 10 of each seed. So hopefully that'll be enough to last me a while. It should be. Alright, now that we got all of these named, hydroponics, Harvie, yep, we got them all named. What I need to do is I need to go ahead and program these chips in order to run Harvie. The script that I have is once again from Cows Are Wild, or Cows Are Evil. It's in the script, we'll see. And I haven't tried to use it yet. I've also never tried to use... Are you already on? You shouldn't be on. Oh, okay. I accidentally turned it on earlier, I guess. Alright, just let's make sure that you have... God damn, that shit is bright. Alright, so yeah, the only thing we need is the programmable chip. We're good. So I think what we do for these is we just go ahead and drop them on the ground. Then we take each chip one by one. And what this will do is it will add whatever program we put into the laptop into that chip. So what I need to do is I need to go to Edit, Library, and Harvie Controller. Yep, Cows Are Evil. He just has some pretty good scripts that work pretty well, so I figured I'd just stick with him. But the issue that I was having was I tried to run this with one computer and I was having all kinds of problems. But then I figured out that there was a laptop and it actually works pretty damn well. Hopefully. So now we need to save that and we need to export it to that chip. Alright, there's one chip. So now we need to do that for all 4 chips. So the program is still up. So all we need to do is export to that chip. Put it up. Now, I hope I'm doing this correctly. I'm not an expert at doing this, so we'll see. Alright, there's 3 and 4. I hope I did export that to all of them. We'll find out. As soon as these are running, what we do is we bring up our cursor, and right there where it says Icy housing state is 0, that's because they're doing nothing. Once we get everything running, they should say state 1. So if they don't say 1, we'll have to put it back and reprogram it. Alright, now what I need to do is I need to go ahead and put the seeds into the Harvies. So we have corn. We have rice. We have pumpkin. And unfortunately, I haven't figured out a way yet to do this automatically, so we're going to have to do it by hand for right now. Alright, that was wheat. Tomato. Soybean. And potato. There we go. Now the cool thing about this script is you can run each Harvie with a different plant. So a lot of the scripts I found on the Steam Workshop only run if they have the same plant. So make sure that you check out the script and it does run different plants. Hopefully they actually say something in the description of the script on Steam. But if they don't, it's kind of like 50-50 chance that it does or not. Alright, now all we need to do... And you can hear Harvey running already. And Harvey is going to plant everything. And if I did this correctly, which it looks like I did. Alright, so you are all planted. You're planted. Those 3 have not planted anything because we don't have anything to plant. Alright, so the temperature of the water, if you plant something and you come up to it and put your cursor over it, it will tell you if the water is not at a right temperature. But these are not coming up. So it looks like we may be good. What is the temperature at? The temperature is at 6. So yeah, I do believe it is 5 that the water needs to be at. Alright, we'll turn those off for right now. So now with the laptop, you don't even need a computer. Which is freaking awesome. Because I don't want to have to put like 20 of those computers around just to be able to run a few things that I have to put together. Alright, so let me check out. Alright, so the O2 is still at 2%. I don't think the plants will actually create oxygen until they are fully matured. But they will be picked like directly after they mature. So I don't think they'll have much chance to create oxygen. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to wait for the next mode for Harvey. So the reason I'm setting this up on a script, instead of trying to figure out the logic, is the Harvies run kind of like the rocket does. It runs in modes. So you have to set up a line for every single mode. It's a pain in the ass. Basically, for example, let me go ahead and put this down. We'll go to edit. More commonly, what you have to do is you have to set up some sort of logic for every single one of these lines. So let's say each one of these logics, that is one line of code. Not really, but I'm just giving an example. But pretty much that's what they are. So imagine, in order to get this running properly, you would need, well, you wouldn't need that much. You would need like 50 lines of logic to get that running like it would with a computer. So that's why I decided for a couple things that I'm just going to do it with the computer and the script. Alright, I'm trying to think what else we need to do. So at some point I will go ahead and find a place for these heaters, and I'll go ahead and set up some logic for those. Make sure that the water stays at room temperature for the plants. The CO2, where's my, what did I do with my PDA? There it is. Right now the CO2 is at 9%, which is pretty high, but the plant should eat it eventually and bring that down. The oxygen is at 19% and nitrogen is at 72%. But hopefully, this is a risk, but let's see. Oh, there goes Harvey. So the plant is not fully matured. Right now it's just grabbing, yeah, there it goes. Right now it's just grabbing seeds. And it should go through the chutes and into the vending machine. This is a refrigerated vending machine, so they hopefully won't spoil. So right now all we have is potato seeds. So yeah, it looks like potatoes are the fastest to grow. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, let this run for a little bit, make sure that all the Harvies are working properly. This could take a while. And then I'll go ahead and also think about things that we need to do in this episode. Be right back. Alright, so I've been sitting here, there they go. I've been sitting here waiting on tomatoes, because what I would like to do is I would like to try to use the automated oven, because I haven't used that yet. I was just waiting on more tomatoes, and I think we're good. It looks like all the Harvies are running like they're supposed to. I haven't seen an issue with any one of them yet. So we have 3 of them that aren't running because we didn't have anything to plant in them, but there are some things we can get with trade. One of those things is mushrooms, which decayed when I first got onto the planet. They were inside of the lander and they decayed, along with eggs. At some point we could go ahead and get some chickens. And there's some other plants that you could get with trading, but I don't know how beneficial they are. Alright, let's check to see if we got our tomatoes. Pumpkin, corn, pumpkin, potato. Oh, there it was. Do we have 5? I think I need at least 5. Alright, let's go ahead and vend. And drop them on the dirty floor. Alright, so we need to go ahead and cook those. We'll put those in here. And cooked tomato. There it goes. And then it should automatically feed, hopefully, into the packaging machine. It looks like it did. Alright, now what we need to do is we need to put cans into the packaging machine. That's why I have this bin right here. So that was a full stack of cans, and let's see. So yeah, 3 cooked tomatoes and 10 empty cans. Alright, now what we need to do is wait for, I think that's it. Alright, we need tomato soup. Craft. And it should come out right here. And there we go. Now we're making food again. Awesome. So it looks like everything is working. I went ahead and added some more grow lights, so we have 8 altogether. It seemed to work a little bit faster the more lights you had. I was kind of worried that too much light would actually kill the plants, but it looks like that might not be an issue. One thing I did discover on my own was it looks like the plants do not use CO2 and create oxygen unless they are matured, but they don't have a chance to do that because as soon as they mature, Harvey picks them. So our pressures and our what's the word I'm looking for? Ratios. The gas ratios have not changed at all. Only the heat has. So it wasn't what I expected. I expected that while they were growing, they would eat up CO2 and create oxygen. But maybe they're it is up to 20% now, but it doesn't look like it really creates a lot of oxygen. So yeah, we might be good. So yeah, the filtration system will turn on once the oxygen gets above 22%, and it looks like it won't be very often. The CO2 is at 9%, the room will stay at 8%, at least, and nitrogen should not go down, hopefully. So yeah, that's the system that I have set up. So we get our air from that vent right there, which gives us oxygen and nitrogen mix. Then what happens is that vent gives us the CO2 that we need. So as the plants eat up CO2 and create oxygen, that vent right there will continue to give us more CO2, and that vent right there, or no, that passive vent over there will suck in the extra O2, the extra oxygen, and send it to the filtration system. So nothing in this room should screw up. I have some redundancies that should all work, hopefully. But yeah, I think this room is good. So yeah, at some point we do need to set up trading, which means I'll have to get another script. Another thing we need to do is I need to close off this room. I'll do that on my own. Try to get it looking pretty. So we are done with this half of the base, the first floor and the second floor. So once I get this all closed off, that room will be done as far as I know. I do have to add one more thing though. There are some appliances to make foods and other things that we can add to that room. I just have to find a spot for them. There isn't a whole lot of room left in that room. So yeah, microwave, chemistry station, paint mixer, and reagent processor. Some of the items that you can make, you can't make in the oven, unfortunately. So you have to make them in the microwave. So we'll go ahead and get those appliances. I'll get those set up. Close that room off. I need to close that off. I'll get that done at some point. This room's done. There isn't really anything we could do to this room. This room is done. Actually, go. One more can. Awesome. Alright, so I'm not really happy with having to put a tank right there, but there's no decent way I could close it off. I guess it's fine for now. I mean, it's okay. It makes this room look industrial, which it's supposed to. So yeah, this room is done. That room's done. Hydroponics is done. This floor down here, at least this half of the base, this side of the base, our sorting system is done. Our gas collection from the rocket is done. Our system over here is done. I'm kind of wondering if well, I don't think you would need to, because you don't use that with an IC chip. That's our sorter system, which didn't need IC. So I guess you would need a computer for that. So, since everything on this half of the base is done, it looks like probably next episode, I'm not sure yet, I don't know what we need more, what's most important, what the higher priority will be. But let's go outside and check this out. It's time to start working on the other half of the base, which I already have a plan for that, but it's probably going to be the most difficult thing I've done in this game so far. What we need to do is we need to start working with Amy, the little mining robot that I've never done anything with. That's going to be a pain in the ass. So the plan that I have is right here in that wall. I need to get rid of these cables. These were connected to the active vent that was setting a vacuum inside of that room, or inside of the base before we pressurized. I'm going to have an airlock right here. There's going to be a hallway. On the left side is going to be our garage. On the right side is going to be Amy. So yeah, this whole side of this floor is going to be several Amy's. I'm going to try to see if I can't set up like 3 or 4 of them. But I'm going to make things a little bit more difficult on myself, which you all know I love to do. I'm thinking about setting this up so that this room for Amy will be pressurized, and we could do maintenance on Amy in a pressurized room. And then in order for Amy to go out mining, she has to go through her own airlock. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do... I don't know if I could do that. I have no idea, but it'll probably have to be something set up on a script. Not happy about it, but it would be kind of cool. But yeah, the thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get everything set up on this small little base. You look at other YouTubers or other people's designs and they have these huge monstrosities that have everything in them. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have useful space. That's what the hydroponics looks like from the outside. Kind of cool. I still have to figure out what to do with the cables. But yeah, everybody else likes to build these huge monstrosities, but that's not how I build things. The way I build things is every inch of a base or a ship in other games is useful. It has its purpose. I don't leave a lot of open space. I also don't like putting stuff in the middle of a room. That kind of irritates the hell out of me. It just looks unorganized to me. OCD's a bitch, man. It really is. And here comes the rocket. So yeah, everything looks like it's running the way that I intended it to. I'm happy. So far, I'm very happy with the base and the way it's coming out. We still have a whole lot of work to do. We need to set up trading. We need to set up Amy. I need a garage. And then what I need to do is I need to go through the F1 information and go through the search and see if there's anything I haven't done to the base yet. So the plan is fit everything that you could do in this game into this base. It's not going to work. It's not. Because there is one thing I do know, that we will not be able to fit anywhere on this base. Because there's no room for it. And that's trading. For trading, I need a saddle or a communications dish. I need a landing pad. And some other things. I'm not sure. I haven't really messed with it. But the thing is, I don't really have a spot to put it. Probably in the back here somewhere. I'll have to figure that out on my own. There's our hopper for dropping in ores whenever we go out hand mining, which at this point with the rocket, I will never have to do again. It's awesome. And with Amy, after I get her set up, if I get her set up, I definitely will not need to go mining ever again. But yeah, anyways, getting tired, starting to ramble just a little bit. So I think next episode what we'll do is I don't know if we'll be able to start with Amy because I still have to figure things out, but we'll figure something out for next episode. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.